Hey guys, and welcome to the third episode of the Geekykeys Podcast show. If you've made it this far with us, thank you so much for tuning in. This is a new podcast, as you well know, and we're growing every day, learning new tricks of the trade, so to speak. And hopefully in the coming future, we will be giving you even better content than we do now. So stick with us and let me tell you a bit about what you can expect from today's episode. In science news, we're going to be talking about the lakes on Mars. More evidence has surfaced on that. The war on science. I'm going to talk about a cool video that just got released on that. And then we're going to be talking about combining the leading theories on dinosaur extinction. In our tech news, we're going to be talking about our Samsung safety truck, and our gadget of the week is going to be our Soundshine audio bulbs. Yes, our movies we can't wait to see. This week we'll be talking about we got two movies coming up this week. We got the new Steve Jobs movie, not the Ashton Kutcher one, in case you were getting confused, as well as the Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. That looks like a fun movie. We'll be talking about all of that and more. See you straight after this. Welcome back, guys. Let's jump straight into it with our science news of the week. Let's talk about the lakes on Mars. An article written for the Science Facebook page. More evidence is pouring out of Mars, with new data on long-lost lakes being the strongest yet. Images from a Mars rover revealed that the red planet was once warm and wet enough to host lakes and a climate that supports microbial life. And this is not exactly new information that we are getting from the red planet, but I think it's a cool twist on it. I'll be posting some of the pictures online on our Facebook and Twitter account, and then we can open the discussion there and hear what you have to think, or hear what you have to say about the evidence that's surfacing, even stronger evidence for lakes on Mars and what Mars's atmosphere used to be like in the distant past. I think it's only a matter of time before we're gonna start to see evidence of if there was or still is life on Mars. Dun dun dun. Yes, let's jump into our second science topic of the week. This one is entitled The War on Science. Now, it's a cool video making the rounds that I checked out on YouTube, but I see that the video is also on iflscience.com. This is a family show, so if you're thinking I was going to pronounce the whole website, yeah, dream on. Anyway, let me just read you what the actual thing is about. This is actually a article written for iflscience.com. Despite science being appreciated and understood more widely now than in any other period of human history, the past decades have seen politicians, investors, and society turn its back on science. A very controversial topic, but I think we can all agree that this is a day-to-day thing. We all encounter it. I do as well, and sometimes it's a bit infuriating. Just the lack of passion for science. It really gets to me, but that's just my opinion. Shall we jump into more ancient news, keeping with the topics, combining the leading theories on dinosaur extinction? Now, obviously, depending on who you talk about, the general accepted theory for the dinosaurs going extinct, as well as most of the life living alongside the dinosaurs in the late Cretaceous period, is the asteroid strike that happened. Yes. Let me just read you a little bit about the article that was written for the science page on Facebook, combining the leading theories on dinosaur extinction. Evidence of the mass asteroid impact that wiped out the dinosaurs are abundant and a generally accepted theory. Yes, new research has shown that this wasn't the only contributing factor in the mass extinction. Increased volcanic activity caused by the impact could have played a major role in wiping out most of the life forms in the late Cretaceous period. I think that is definitely a good way to look at it. It's basically a rolling thunder. You had the asteroid strike with the increased, obviously, volcanic activity due to the immense force that these asteroids hit the planet at that point, or the one big asteroid that hit the planet. Yes. Shall we get into our tech news? Alright guys, let's talk about our Samsung safety truck. This is actually one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time, and I'm sure you would agree too. Honestly, I do not understand why this is not a standard on the roads yet. But if you haven't seen it, you gotta go check out the photos. I'll be posting it up anyway on our Facebook and Twitter page for you to see. But the article reads as follows. Samsung developed a technology for trucks that seeks to enrich the lives of people through innovation. But more than that, this time the goal is more ambitious, to save lives. Is there a higher goal? I think not, and I think Samsung is on the right track. Okay, let me tell you a bit about this truck, or this truck they designed. It has 4 exterior monitors located on the back of the truck with a wireless camera on the front. So basically the camera on the front records the road ahead, and the drivers behind the truck, being unable to see, can now basically see what's going on in front of the truck, making takeovers and passing the truck a lot safer, actually, if you're on a very small road. So big ups to Samsung for that one, but I see that it is still only a prototype. Do not know why this, honestly, like I said, is not a standard on the roads. If it's going to save that many lives, I think that it's definitely something worth pursuing, but I guess we're going to have to wait and see what Samsung does with that. Yeah. Let's talk about technological advances. How about we get into our gadget of the week section? Yes, let's talk about our Soundshine audio bulbs. This is one of the coolest toys I've seen yet, if you can call it a toy. I think yeah, it's a toy. It's really a toy. All right, now think of a light bulb that you can screw into any socket that also doubles as a Bluetooth speaker. Was your mind just blown? Because mine was, again, after reading that. That is so cool. Alright, now they come in pairs. They are a bit pricey. The price I saw for it was $129, so it's not exactly the most or the cheapest bulbs you can buy. I think you can buy a couple of bulbs and a Bluetooth speaker for that price, but having them combined is so much cooler. I mean, you can switch on the light and listen to music at the same time. I know, right? Then, yeah, people call it stupid, but honestly, I think it's the coolest thing ever. Alright, let me tell you a little bit about this light bulb. 2 LED bulbs that are also Bluetooth speakers, used as a stereo pair or 2 separate standalone speakers. They work in any standard light bulb socket. The Soundshine audio bulbs are basically the equivalency of a 60-watt light bulb, but it's obviously LED to save you on the expenses of electricity and energy, and also with less heat, so that's a bonus. Yeah, I think it's an incredible little gadget to have in your house. No batteries or wires needed. Oh, and you can control the dimming via a free app that you can get on your Android or Apple phones, which is amazing. Yes. Shall we get into our movies we can't wait to see? Are you ready for this? We got a double for you this week. Let's get straight into that. Alright, our first movie up for debate this week, or review, either one, is the new movie entitled Steve Jobs. In case you were wondering, this is not the Ashton Kutcher one from a few years back. This is a brand new movie directed by Danny Boyle, starring Michael Fassbender, Kate Winslet, and Seth Rogen. A star-studded lineup, in my opinion. Anyway, I think Seth is gonna bring a little bit of a comedy portion to it, which I am definitely looking forward to. All right. Yeah, everybody's gonna have their own opinions on this one. Personally, obviously, as most people are, they're gonna compare the two movies on production value and accuracy of the storylines and all that. But I think we should go into it with an open mind and just basically enjoy the life story of this icon. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that without Steve, we would not be here technologically, or even so many people were inspired by him, and I honestly think that we would not be here if it wasn't for people like him changing the world as we know it. Yeah, things got a bit depressed there for a second, but let's bring it back with a fun movie called The Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Now, moms and dads, be advised, this one comes with an age restriction. So, unless the little ones are old enough to see, I have no idea what the age restriction is, but judging on the trailer I saw, I would go for 18. Yes, 18. No 16s. It's blood, guts, and nudity. So it's a fun movie. It's a comedy. I think we have all seen our shares of zombie movies, and this one will be no different. But the trailer actually shows a cool movie, and I can't wait to see it. Let me tell you about the storyline. 3 scouts, on the eve of their last campout, discovers the true meaning of friendship when they attempt to save their town from a zombie outbreak. Isn't that always the deal? Damn zombies always invading your town, trying to get into what you're getting into, trying to ruin a good day, and then you just gotta rely on the scouts to do their job, right? Yeah, this one is directed by Christopher Landon, starring Tay Sheridan, Logan Miller, and Joey Morgan. Like I said, this one comes with an age restriction, and moms and dads, hopefully you will take that into account when renting or actually going seeing this movie in theaters. So support these 2 great movies coming out. So yeah, that's today's episode. That concludes episode number 3 of the Geekykeys Podcast show. And like I said, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your support at this point, and hopefully tell your friends. And then, like I said, we'll be bringing cool new content, but otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully, we'll see you next week again. We'll be discussing your science topics, your technological news, and your movies you can't wait to see. And then maybe 1 or 2 extra things. We'll be having a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. And I almost forgot to tell you where to find us. If you're listening to this, you're probably on SoundCloud. But just to give you a heads up so you can share this, our SoundCloud page is soundcloud.com/Geekykeys. You can find us on Twitter at Geekykeys, and our Facebook is www.facebook.com/Geekykeys. Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on the flip side.